Thanks, Lauren. Today, Dan is doing, where's Dan? Dan is doing speech number 10. I think you still got to go back and do 9, like Lauren said. But this speech is one of several different types of persuasive speeches, which means he's trying to persuade us of something, but in an inspirational way. It's supposed to appeal to our emotions as much as to our logic, so look for that. It is also supposed to sort of point out or look for needs that we perceive in ourselves, our felt needs, and how they can be addressed. And it is also supposed to be a call to change. So that's what we expect in an inspirational speech. And he told me in his introduction that the speech is titled Law of the Instrument, and it's meant to inspire us to think outside of the box and to believe that we can do anything. And he also said that he would have references to theoretical physics and motivational psychology. So I'm really interested in seeing what he has to say. Good luck. Thanks, Dan.
If you only had one instrument, a hammer, every problem would look like a nail. You would try to solve any single problem as it was a nail. Abraham Maslow, that's his quote. He is a psychologist. A lot of people probably watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. There used to be 2 drugs for treating any kind of mental issues. So they were treating everything as if it was psychosis. Now we are way more advanced than that, but at the time he came up, this quote is really related to the psychology of how they treated people at the time for any kind of mental disorders. But it applies to everything. We have a set of tools, and we are used to certain problems based on the way we approach the problems. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this. We externalize the way we solve problems. Anybody familiar with the Schrodinger's cat experiment? So Schrödinger, basically, this is one of the quantum mechanics' main theorem, is that we have an atom that has a probability of decaying or not of 50-50. If we were to measure that and then release the poison and have this in a box with a cat in, the cat could die if that atom decays. So, but we know that that cat is dead while the cat is in the box. We don't. There's always a probability that it's either alive or dead. We only know that the cat is dead or alive when we observe it, when we open the box. So, by observing this, we cause the cat to die or stay alive. Our perception, by measuring something in quantum mechanics, the subatomic particle, we affect its outcome. So this is the probability wave. It's always between alive and dead. The moment we observe it, we collapse that wave. Quantum entanglement, basically quantum entanglement, Einstein referred to it as spooky action at a distance. Once 2 subatomic particles interact, they become entangled. Now when they separate, they're still entangled. One thing that's done to one of them affects the other one, no matter the distance between them, which is counterintuitive because we shouldn't have anything fast in the speed of light. However, this communication between the 2 particles happens instantaneous. If we were to take one atom or one subatomic particle that interacted with one on Earth and take it to Mars, instead of waiting 15 minutes to transmit the data to Mars, by affecting the subatomic particle here, we could automatically know what's going on, so we could transmit information at long distances without having to be reliant on the speed of light, which is slow when you go long distances. It takes, and let's say if you went to a website that was on Mars, it would take you 15 minutes to call the website, and then 15 minutes for the website to come back to you. Imagine how many people would sit in front of the website if that's how long it would take. No one. This gets into things like telepathy. We're externalizing, we're affecting everything that's going on around us, but at the same time, those same laws, those same subatomic particles can do things at long distances. A lot of people are familiar with people that are able to talk to different people at long distances without actually communicating directly, and we think that it's crazy. But it's possible that some people have that ability. Just because of science tells us that it is a possibility. So where do we take this? Where do we take this knowledge that we are in complete control of or externalizing, and the fact that the different people, everybody has their own reality that they project, and then together we have a common reality, but the reality is something that we project as an individual. Well, if we were just to look at the technology as far as quantum mechanics goes, we would get faster communication. As I was talking earlier, you could talk to Mars instantaneously. Faster computing. If you ever heard of quantum computers, the way they work is they don't work in zeros and ones. Well, a quantum computer will give you the answer to the question you ask it automatically. And how does it do that? Because all the answers are being answered. So you have a probability wave, which in that wave, there's not just 0 and 1. There's any option. And how do we? The way they're doing quantum computers right now is they test the answer. Instead of getting the answer from a computer, they just test to see if the answer is right. And then they pick that makes sense to be right. Secure communication. There will be nobody to sit in between you and the person that you're communicating to, because there is no medium that this travels over, that we know of at this time. How does it apply to management? Well, we should always measure only what we want to improve. Because what quantum mechanics tells us is, if we look at things, we affect them. If they're fine, don't look at them. So trust that people will do the things that they're supposed to do, because they have the same way of externalizing their reality as you do. This is one of my favorite authors, Arthur C. Clarke, 2001: A Space Odyssey. And these are the 3 laws, but my favorite is number 3. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Cell phones today, if you show that to somebody 100 years ago, they would think it's magic. And really what I'm trying to get to is to make you realize that you are in complete control of your reality, and that you can do this by thinking outside the box all the time. Don't confine yourself to a tool. And what I put in front of you is a piece of paper, and I would like to challenge you to connect all the lines, all the dots, using 4 lines.
No?
Yeah, please. Okay. Has anybody got it?
Oh, they have to be connected to each other.
They have to be connected to each other.
Oh, well, that is.
Continuous.
Yeah.
Can I use yours as an example? I don't want to go too far in time. So, well, this was his first option. I didn't explain the problem. So, yeah, think outside the box. go outside the line with dots, and then you connect this way, and then, wait, no. And then go through these two, and then back, and then straight out. But yeah, go outside the box.
Thank you. That's awesome.
The evaluator is Bobby Durrett, and he will be evaluating Jerry Hawkins' speech.
All right, Dan. Well, I think. What did she say?
I think she said cherries.
We'll just say baby Durrett.
I missed it all, so no. Yeah, I thought Dan's speech went really well, and as far as evaluating it for the project that he was working on, Project 10, was to inspire your audience. I thought his topic was relevant. At first, I thought, oh no, this is some science thing or whatever, but really it was more about us, right, and our motivation, our belief, in a lot of ways in ourselves, thinking outside the box. And so I thought he did a good job of taking, this is of course is my perspective, I may have totally misunderstood it, but whatever. my perspective was that he took things that were interesting to him and that were different and really unique in his personality, and used that to encourage us, inspire us, and to see possibilities outside maybe of what we're currently thinking are limits. That's the way I took it anyway. So I thought the speech topic I thought was relevant. The audience seemed to enjoy it. I saw a lot of laughter and positive feedback from the audience. So I think that it was connecting with the audience's emotions. I should be looking at Dan. He has some nice quotes, which I think that was one of the goals of the project. I don't know if I mentioned that up front, was to have quotes or anecdotes or something. I think he used things from different philosophers or scientists. I guess scientists more, right? I forget.
What's the difference?
I thought it was real creative. I thought it really showed his own personality. What could you have done maybe to improve it? Well, the first and most important thing is I want to see your solution to the dot thing. So that's like, because I think my solution is right, but whatever. That's not really relevant here. And but maybe in some cases I thought maybe you could have elaborated a little more. Sometimes it's hard to know how much do you say per point to really get it home to people, because you sort of went from point to point to point. For me, anyway, I thought maybe a couple places you could have explained a little bit more how what you were saying applies to life and stuff. But otherwise, I thought the positive side, I really liked your visuals. I thought it really showed your personality, your interests, and it was really positive, I think encouraging and entertaining. So,